Look, when you become a photographer, these questions are bound to come up. You can avoid them for as long as you can, but you know, it's one of those inevitable things. It's gonna happen. These are 3 uncomfortable questions that clients ask me and how I answer them. If you're just starting out in photography and you haven't been asked these yet, hopefully this video will help. If you've been a photographer for a while and people have asked you these questions and you're not sure how to answer them, hopefully this will help. If you have better answers, please tell me in the comments below because I am always struggling to find the best words for these. So let's get started. The most common question I get is, can I have the raws? Long story short, no. Because if you think about it, like, what would they need the raws for? Let me tell you. This is how I answer it. I have it written down. Okay. So if somebody asks me if they can have the raws, I simply say, it is against my practice to send the raws as they aren't a reflection of my final work. And that's it. Short and sweet. You don't want to give any fuel to their fire. So the less you say, the less they can say back to you. There's so much that you do that you put into post-production that the client doesn't see and the client won't get if you send them just the raws. For example, culling. That's a vital step in your editing process. If you gave the client all of the photos, they would get blinking photos, duplicates, blurry photos, weirdly framed photos, accident photos of the ground. So part of your job is to take all of those images out and choose the best of the best. Beyond that, you then color correct. So color correcting, let me show you an example. Here is a raw image. Cool, right? And then here's the edited image with just Lightroom adjustments. As you can see, there's a bunch of shit going on there that you just can't get with the raw images. Another added layer to that would be photoshopping if need be. So things like object removal, like if there's a trash can or something in the background that's like distracting, you get rid of it. And that's not something that you can do if the client gets the raw images. But yeah, basically just say, no, I don't give the raw images as they don't reflect my final work. And it's also like what they're paying you for. Like if you're charging, let's say $500 for a lifestyle session, they're not paying $500 for just you to show up for that hour and take photos. They're paying also for you to do everything that I just mentioned, culling, color correction, and Photoshop, curating this whole album, you know what I mean? They're paying you for it. So tell them that. You also have to think about why the client actually wants those raws. Usually it's because they're vain and they want to see every single photo of themselves. But as long as you assure them that you're not going to withhold any of their good photos, it should be okay. Like, for example, in my lifestyle sessions, I offer 30 edited images. But when I send off the gallery, it's usually between 80 to 150 images because I'm not gonna withhold any of the good images from them. If I think it's great, they're getting it. It doesn't matter if I say 30, they're getting more. So why do you need the raw images? You know what I mean? Anyways, moving on. Next question. Can you make me skinnier? Of course I can, but I'm not going to. Let me tell you why. This is what I say. I do not do any body-altering Photoshop. My rule of thumb is, if it's gone within 2 weeks, I'll remove it only if it's extremely distracting. For example, pimples, bruises, flyaways, but otherwise, I am not gonna touch you. This includes freckles, moles, the way your body shape is, stuff like that. Not only is it morally awkward to Photoshop somebody's body shape, but it's also a lot of fucking work. Let's discuss. Retouching to make something look natural and repetitive throughout an entire gallery will take forever. It usually takes me around 20 to 40 minutes per image to do skin retouching. So let's say if I sent a gallery to you with 80 images and it took a minimum of 20 minutes per image, that would be an extra almost 27 hours of retouching. Imagine having to do that with somebody's skin and body and hair and object removal. The time definitely adds up, but I digress. Long story short, no, I will not do any body altering in Photoshop. But I am a professional and I do know tips and tricks to get the right angles and to make you feel confident in front of a camera, so you can trust me. All right, moving on to the final question. Can you do it for cheaper? Woo! That one really grinds my gears. Well, let me tell you why. No, I'm going to tell you how I answer it first, and then I'll tell you why. So, if somebody asks me if I can do it for cheaper, I simply say, if you would like to find somebody that fits your budget, I would love to send some recommendations. It's as simple as that. I've learned through my years of experience that you need to be pretty stern with your pricing. You need to set boundaries from the get-go. I find that usually when people are searching for the cheapest option, they don't really care about you and your art and your style of photography. They're literally just looking for the most affordable photographer. Now, there's nothing wrong with finding somebody that fits your budget, and most of the time people do want your art, your style of photography, but it's just something that they can't afford. But photography is not a necessity, it's a luxury. So they kind of have to be willing to pay the price for what they're getting. But circling back to what I was saying about clients looking for a good deal versus clients that actually value your work, if you continue taking on clients that you are willing to fit their budget for, you are going to continue to get clients that ask for a cheaper price than what you think you're worth, than what you know you're worth. I keep on going off on these rants, but a good way to stop getting these clients that are just looking for a quote-unquote budget photographer, say no, but I would love to send recommendations to somebody that might fit your budget better. I think that's it. That was emotionally exhausting for me, and that was 3 fucking questions. Hopefully I helped one person out there, if this video even made sense. I feel like it was mostly just me ranting. Let me recap. Okay, can I have the raws? No, they do not reflect my final work. Can you make me thinner? No, I don't do any body altering Photoshop. Rule of thumb, anything that's gone within 2 weeks you can remove, but otherwise, it is what it is. And can you do it for cheaper? No, but I would love to send some recommendations for people that might fit your budget better. Cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. I promise one day I'm not gonna panic edit a video, but today is not that day. Here are your 1,000,000 kisses. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna get Ollie, and she's gonna give you 1,000,000 kisses too. Oh. Ollie, give 1,000,000 kisses. It's dark in here, and she's a black dog. Yeah, okay. She once again says, fuck you. Okay, cool. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe. And also, if you're still watching this, comment down below what you would say to those 3 questions if somebody were to ask you, because I would like to know what other people say. Because who knows if I'm even saying the right thing. It might be extremely offensive to somebody. Okay, subscribe. I love you. Olive is over it. Okay, subscribe. Bye. Say goodbye, Olive.